Connor McDavid, on the other hand, needs to figure it out here.
I have one message for Connor McDavid.
Wakey, eggs and bakey. That's my message.
That's your message? Wake up and smell the roses? No, my message for him is this. If you have kids listening, plug their ears. Shoot the fucking puck, my guy. Shoot the puck. You have the puck on your stick more than any player in the playoffs, in the NHL, on a consistent basis, and you are averaging 2.9 shots per game. Averaging. Why this guy? And Draisaitl at least is averaging north of 4 shots a game, and he gets his looks and all of that. But the odd man rushes the looks and the... You are playing Arthur Seelovs, not prime Dominic Hasek. You don't need the perfect backdoor tap-in to beat this guy.
No.
Shoot the bleeping puck. And
it's not even like... You don't even have to go as far as Hasek. You're not playing Thatcher Demko. You're playing their third-string goalie right now. Granted, playing very well. I don't want to take anything away from him. And he's had a fantastic series, and we've definitely underestimated what he did.
Sure. We underestimated the Canucks point blank. I'm willing to admit that.
McDavid, man, like, he has 6 points in the series and 4 came in 1 game.
So he hasn't been good enough.
Dave, I think it was Dave Lunn in the chat. But do the Oilers have... There it is. Do the Oilers just not have the killer instinct? Do they think they're so good they can coast to the finals? What is going on? They're just no go to them. There's just no go to them. I would disagree with the killer instincts. I think.
But where was it? Why couldn't you put together 10 good minutes in the third period?
Yes. But you can't say they don't have a killer instinct when they just won a game with 30 seconds left the other day. And they won in overtime. And they came back in game 2 to win that game in overtime. Like, I think in games, yes. But I think that's an easy narrative to build on a night-to-night basis. Every team can have that. Last night, JT Miller had that killer instinct, but we haven't seen that any previous game before. So I think that's just an unfair general statement about them. I think they have had it, but last night it wasn't there, and sometimes it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it happened in what was arguably the biggest game to that point of the season. We'll see what happens in game 6, but I'm kind of tired of this narrative too. It's like, Connor will wake up next game because he's pissed. It's like, I don't know if he will.
Why wasn't he pissed last night? Would be my
exactly.
Do you guys think fatigue could be playing a factor?
Yes, a little bit. I think I don't think they should have done what they did in game 3.
Right.
I think game 2 was fine. Like, you have to do that. But game 3, you're on home ice. Like, you can mix and match McDavid and Draisaitl into different plays instead of just being like, these 5 guys are going to win the game for us tonight.
Right. I disagree with the fatigue thing a bit. These are some of the best athletes, most finely tuned athletes in the world.
Sure,
they're not playing back-to-backs. They're barely traveling. It's an hour-and-a-half flight.
At best.
And they've done this before.
Yeah, I'm not buying fatigue.
Done this before.
I think if you're looking for, again, if we're dividing up a pie of why Connor McDavid's not producing at Connor McDavid levels, on a weird unwillingness to shoot the puck and be selfish is one of them. Right. Like, he had a great shot last game where he tried to sneak it under Seelov's arm. I don't even think Seelov's was looking the right way. It just happened to just hit him and then sit in him. You shoot the puck more if you're Connor McDavid. That's a big part of it. Fatigue, maybe a little part of it. Another big part of it, I think the Canucks are playing him pretty well. Like, JT Miller's on him, man. And he's getting away with some shit in terms of the hooking and holding, but JT Miller's a good shutdown centerman.
I never really realized JT Miller's game before this series, to be honest with you. He's got a little bit of that dog in him, a little bit.
He does.
He does, and he's a prick, man. I also think he has a very short fuse, and the Oilers, maybe even McDavid included, like, okay, JT Miller's getting away with grabbing you and holding on to you up the ice. If you're McDavid, and maybe it's too late in the series for this now, but his fuse is very short, Miller. Whack him. Take a 2-minute.
It's true.
Whack him as hard as you can right in the back of the knee. And if you sit for 2, you sit for 2. Again, I think you can do that more in games 1 through 3 than you can in games 4 through 7. But I just think the Oilers should have taken advantage of his short fuse and tried to get him off his game a little bit earlier on. I want to circle back to the killer instinct conversation because I actually do kind of think in this series, at least, there might be a little bit to that. You look at the game they won 3-2, game 4. In the third period, they had a couple looks on the power play, and they missed on them. You bear down and put one in there. It doesn't matter that they bank one in off the skate. And I know you eventually won in it, and that's all fine. But you even go back to the game that they lost 4-3 right before that. And it's like in the third period, Vancouver took 3 penalties. And I know they took 2 because Soucy's was the cross-check at the buzzer. But they took 2 penalties. You had 2 opportunities to tie up that hockey game, and you didn't do it. That to me, that's a little bit of like, you score on one of those power plays, that game's going to overtime. I think there is a little bit of a conversation of Why are they not finishing off on those third period power plays? I don't think they have a third period power play in the last 3 games here. Power play goal. I think the killer instinct conversation is a bit more of an interesting one. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving along here. That's our game recap. I mean, we can sit there and talk about our frustrations till we're blue in the face. Like it's going to feel this way until the puck drops tomorrow night at 6:00, which again, hey, nice that we're finally getting an early puck drop.
Thank goodness.
Hey, why not? What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.